Just wait till you try his food, okay?
Oh.
Hey, so Chef Antonio, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what inspired you to be a chef in the first place.
I think is my mother, the first that actually approached me to the kitchen. She used to cook for me 3 meals per day, and in the meals I can see all the love and the passion that she transmitted through the food to me.
Oh my goodness. And this is so timely because Mother's Day is on Sunday itself. And for you to share that about your mom. Oh.
I miss her already.
What's her name?
Maria.
Maria.
So tell us about the cuisine of Napoli and what kind of flavors and dishes are really common to that area.
Actually, if you go to Napoli, you cannot don't eat the pizza, the pasta, but also the mozzarella. Every season in Napoli has a very good product to taste. And this is what we try to do also in our kitchen, following the natural rules of Mother Nature.
I see that. I've read that you really are committed to freshness and sustainability. So a lot of it is really like the produce of that season, right?
Yes, that's why only having the fresh, only having the seasonal product, you can have the best and the fresh product. This give you the idea that you need to change the menu every season. In Italy, we have 4 seasons, so at Fiamma, we change the menu 4 times per year.
To reflect the ingredients and the
Yes.
produce that you're getting in the different seasons. That's beautiful. So
really exciting.
Napoli is also Naples, and we're talking about the Amalfi Coast, Positano. These are all areas in Naples, right, or close to Naples. What are some of the flavors and dishes that are common to this area?
The most famous all over the world and the original ones is the pizza with the flour, water, and yeast. Very good tomato comes from the Vesuvio, and the mozzarella that is originated in Napoli. You can have the pizza margherita. Pizza margherita is one of the best things that I think you can have on your comfort food.
Okay.
I can see how, because the produce is so good, keep it simple, right? Just
Yes.
a margarita pizza.
I never used to be a fan of the margarita pizza, but my husband said, if you want to tell if a restaurant is good, if they do good pizza, you try the margarita. If that is good, that means the other pizzas will be good.
This is true because through the margherita you can feel the essence of the pizza itself.
Yeah.
Don't forget the basil that give this freshness, this strong amount of flavor that actually remind me now my childhood.
Oh, talking about your childhood, what was it like growing up in Napoli?
Napoli is is the place where I born, so it's my favorite region. The idea to have the Vesuvio, the mountain, and the seaside, you can really enjoy both of
Amazing landscapes,
yes, amazing
the coast.
Beside that, there is a 2,000 years of story, so it's full of culture, it's full of folklore that make Napoli different than any others city in Italy. We been conquered by the Bourbon, by the Spanish, by the French, by the Arab. So everyone leave a little bit of history and folklore and culture to Napoli.
That is really fascinating. And also, congratulations football-wise.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us.
Forza Napoli.
Won the league.
Yes, we won the league
Yes.
this year. We make it happen after 30 years. It's
You
happening.
can see the pride in
but
his
this,
face.
this goes over everything this year. So
There is something in the produce of Napoli that led to the champions.
You see,
know? Yes,
Lavinia
yes.
also has an Italian accent
Aye.
now. All right, we'll be back with more of Chef Antonio in just a little while. But why not hop on over to Facebook at facebook.com/1FM91.3 to see the big beaming smile of Chef Antonio. Back with more in a bit. Hi, everyone on Facebook.
Hello.
Hey.
All right, so Chef, you were telling us so interesting, right? Growing up as a child in Pompeii.
Yes, the Pompeii itself. I mean, this is the thing that, we read about from Nat Geo and all that. And you actually lived there. What was that like?
The ruins and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
this is amazing. I think it's the one of the place where you go and you lost the time of the day. You don't of the year you actually goes in this ruin in this area that is full full of history. A lot of it's actually like to walk in the past.
Wow. And this is how you grew up. So you would just like be strolling along in these ruins of Pompeii that we only read about.
Like
You live
at
there.
least one time per week, you take a shortcut passing through the ruins, and you have the possibility to acknowledge every time the beautiful historical things that you have in Pompeii. That's actually amazing.
So when it comes to your cooking, how do you do you try and incorporate some of these flavors that remind you of your childhood, that remind you of your family and the area you grew up in? Because Chef Mauro, that's what he does, right, over at Capella, at Fiamma.
Yes, this is it. But the idea that there are some plate that comes even from the Impero Romanum today, through the story, people still cooking dish like that that are born in Impero Romanum, and definitely everything you cook today has a history and a culture that goes through the.
Yeah, so I think it's really beautiful that even up to today, a lot of you will actually maintain that sort of culinary tradition, that history, and bring it alive, that we can taste it. I love it.
I love that you're eating history, you're
Yes.
eating a memory, you're eating a culture.
If history lessons was like that in school, I think I would have done better.
we'll all be distinction students.
Yeah,
already.
right? I know. Alrighty, I want to ask this, okay? What is as a chef, what are your thoughts on Italian fusion cuisine? Is that a dirty word for you? Fusion.
No, it's not. It's, I'm happy. I'm happy. People today worldwide, people travel the world, and it's nice to mix and match cooking technique and even food, different kind of food. This is something. This is our experience made by chefs that are actually artists. They can match and create really fine dish. The idea I have for my kitchen, it's something that more familiar, something that remind me also my childhood, and something a little bit less, more simple, that can approach everyone and can be eaten every day, more relaxed, let's say.
But I think I like that. Sometimes it's important to keep things simple. Just go to the roots of it to really get the essence of that cuisine or even that produce. And I know you mentioned before, Pompeii, the volcano is also, that was a tragedy back then. But it's actually, you said, blessed the land, right?
Yes, actually, it's in Pompeii, in all the area, all around the Vesuvio, the ground, we harvest vegetables that are unique, because of the lava of the volcano create right now a ground that is different all over Italy.
So you have really produce that's unique to Pompeii itself,
have.
because the grounds are just so rich
Pompeii
due to the
area,
lava.
yes.
What does it do? Does it make the fruit like earthier or juicier? Are you able to describe what let's say a tomato, something you buy here and something you would get in Pompeii?
There are different components, I think, that go and up to this. There is the seaside. Like for example, we've been the first to produce pasta in Italy, and the pasta were dried at near the seaside under the sun. The iodio, the sea, give flavor to the pasta, and we were unique on top of this. Gragnano. Today, if you go in a supermarket and you buy pasta, the pasta comes from this little city near Napoli called it Gragnano.
I better write that down.
So
Torre Annunziata,
interesting.
yes, actually very unique. And all the area we produce origin protected product. This give us the possibility to say this kind of tomato del Piennolo, tomato del Vesuvio, you can source only here in Napoli, nowhere else in the world.
And can you get that here in Singapore? It's impossible.
No, you can.
You can?
Yes.
You did use some,
I
right,
did.
at the
Yes, I
restaurant?
used.
And they tasted really different.
Tell me
like he would
about
come
it.
out and tell us about this cheese is from a certain region, these fruits and veggies are from a certain region. And they really did taste, it's like the tomato doesn't taste like a normal tomato.
Wow.
Yeah, it's-
Sweeter, just different.
Yeah, it's lighter and just fresher as well. The flavors are quite unique, I would say. So not all tomatoes are created equal, or vegetables for that matter. The
No.
region really does.
The ones from Napoli are top.
Yes,
Yes,
I would
top.
like to think so, or chef would like to think so.
I can say something about it. Actually, in Italy, each region has his little story, and with the story has his own dish and product. If you go in Tuscany, if you go in Rome, if you go in the north, also in Lombardia, in Piemonte, every region has his own product. If you think about Piemonte, it comes itself the truffle, the white truffle. If you think about Rome, you have very different kind of pasta and sauce in the same in Firenze, for example, and in Napoli as well. In Sicily is the
We actually, sorry to stop you there. We're going to come back on air and talk about this. Tell us
Yes,
about how
please.
it's different in the different regions of Italy, all the different fruits and vegetables, okay? Hang tight, we're jumping back live on 1FM 91.3. Party by nature and hip hop, hooray! It's a Friday here on 1FM 91.3 and all across Singapore, not just on 1FM.
So you can actually call it hip hip hooray if you wanted.
Good morning. You're on the Brightside with Carol and Lavinia. Joining us here in the studio this morning is Chef Antonio Corsaro, who's the head chef over at Fiamma, a concept by Chef Mauro. And it's located over at the gorgeous Capella Hotel on Sentosa. I was just there yesterday. Such a relaxing place, such a relaxing venue. So welcome back to the studio, Chef Antonio. We got some friends on Facebook saying buongiorno.
Oh, nice.
Buongiorno.
A big welcome. So, Chef, you're telling us about how, the dishes from Italy are, quite different in other parts when, say, you're in Rome or in Naples.
Yes, actually, there is this big difference between each region. Each region in Italy has their own product. They harvest their own vegetable. They harvest and they produce their own kind of meat. Sometimes very different between region of Italy. Like for example, if you go in Tuscany, you have the Chianina meat. That is one of the best meat you can find in Italy. And if you go in the north of Italy, like in Piemonte, you can find the white truffle. In the south of Italy, in Puglia, you have the burrata. In Napoli, you have the mozzarella di bufala. In Sicily, you can have the best prawn and each region itself has his own story of food. You can recognize the region by eating the food.
Okay.
I think I get it now. Why everyone loves traveling to Italy and going to different regions and, learning about Italy, experiencing Italy through food.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's how like you would go to Katong for laksa, Thompson for prata. that
Okay,
kind of thing.
I'm going to say, I think what is on Chef Antonio's mind, Napoli's the best.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Forza Napoli.
Hey, tell us, what are some of your favorite dishes and which ones you've introduced to Fiamma at Capella?
Okay, right now on the menu we have a spring menu that is going to change soon on June. We will have a different approach with tomato and other seasonal product. But now fava beans and peas, we have this kind of very spring with asparagus. The fava beans with the peas and the burrata is one of my favorite right now. It's there is a delicious condiment made with the pistachio.
Yeah.
And is
We tried that actually.
Oh,
the fava
yeah?
beans are actually very interesting, very light. The way you put it all together was very light. It's like eating spring. Like if you could eat a season, that would be the dish.
No kidding.
He's just got a magical touch, Chef Antonio. Yeah, you got to check it out.
This is a very hard interview for me to do. I'm just hungry right now. My stomach is growling. Oh.
Tell us about some of the dishes we can look forward to.
if you really want to try something special, and it's something that is also it's heartful for me because it's a recipe that my mother used to do for me when I was young. Is the lasagna. This weekend on Sunday brunch we have the lasagna. Yes, comfort food. Yes, it's not
Mamma Maria.
refined. Yes, but
Mamma
it's
Maria.
Mamma Maria. You put it in the middle of the table and you share it with the people around the table. And this is more than just feed yourself. You feed your soul like
You
that.
can see the passion coming from him.
And I love that heartfelt phrase, not just feeding yourself, but feeding your
Your
soul.
soul, yes, beautifully said. Chef.
Yeah. We also want to ask, you've been in Singapore for about a year now, right? I do believe.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite Singaporean dish? And have you ever tried, recreating it yourself in your kitchen?
I actually don't recreate in my kitchen because it sounds too fusion for me.
Or maybe at home, you're just like, okay, I want to try making this laksa.
No laksa. I have stingray barbecue. I think
Whoa!
it's
That's a
my
good one.
favorite dish.
Hey, where did you have it, Newton? Everyone
I
goes to
had a little bit everywhere. I had
Hey.
Newton. I go and search for it. East Coast also they do. It's something that when I see it, I
You
go.
have to have
I
it.
go for it. Yeah.
I like
I love
that.
it.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
unusual. Okay, chef, last question. What is one ingredient you cannot do without in the kitchen?
Extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. And not all of them, again, are created the same. Where would you get yours from?
Ours comes from Liguria.
Mm-hmm.
Comes from Liguria. It's actually northeast of Italy and is actually pretty strong, a little bit spicy. I like the idea to have this condiment itself. You may don't need to add any lemon or any vinegar for season something if you use this kind of oil because it's very powerful.
Very powerful. I never even thought about
Wow.
how extra virgin olive oil could be like spicy.
That's interesting. Like I
Yeah.
have a spicy note. That's interesting. I want to try this.
Yes.
We are using right now also the oil from Mauro Colagreco that is infused with the ginger.
Ooh.
This one is another
That is interesting.
favorite oil that soon as I had it in the hands, I say, wow, this is it.
I like that.
And it comes
Yeah.
from the south, all the area of Liguria as well, and Provence.
I love the pictures he's painting.
When
you know?
you've got good olive oil, you can just eat it with bread. You don't need
Yes.
anything else, right? Just dip it in the oil. So good. And you can check it all out over at Fiamma. It's a concept by Chef Mauro Colagreco over at Capella Hotel. That's where you'll also find Chef Antonio Corsaro, who's the head chef there. And we're looking forward. You can go and enjoy his Mother's Day lasagna this Sunday.
Please.
In fact, you have it all the time, right? And the spring menu and soon to come the summer menu as well. Okay,
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Chef Antonio Corsaro.
Hey.
Thank you.
Good times. Greatest hits. 1FM 91.3.